Yeah, how do you know you're ready to do it again? And I mean date again, yeah?
Oh, that's what you mean by do it.
Get your head out of the gutter. We've got date coach Kaiden Tate to tell us. Morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Okay, so Kaiden, obviously, when you break up, it's very tough. And then
Yes.
you need time to heal and get over the last person, right?
Yes.
So when do you know you're ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start off with when you know you're not ready to move on.
Oh, okay.
So when you often get flooded with strong emotional thoughts and feelings about your ex.
Right.
All right, so that's not without your control.
Right.
Oh, yeah, like maybe you go to this place that you used to visit
Yeah.
together, and then
Yeah,
suddenly the
you
tears
start
well out.
crying.
Yeah. Oh, I remember those feelings. You
Yeah.
remember? It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Of course I remember. And then you're obsessively thinking about the person.
Yeah, then your heart aches,
Yeah,
like
then-
literally.
I've
Like
heard that,
physically.
Yeah.
Huh? You've never felt it before?
No.
And you think I'm the cold-hearted snake? Kaiden. Oh,
No,
You
you-
felt it
of
before?
course I have. Yeah.
It's the worst thing to
Yeah.
still love someone and they don't love you. Your whole world just turns upside down.
Yeah, there
It's
is no
very
worse
painful.
feeling in the world.
That's right.
It is very bad. No, but it's okay to just remember it and feel sad, but it's when it's with not within your control.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
for example, you might be with your new boyfriend,
Yeah.
and he does something, and you just suddenly get flooded with like bad emotions like
Ooh.
anger or regret or hatred. You start flaring up.
So that's not good for the new boyfriend.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
therefore, it's not good to be involved in another relationship when you're not over the last one, right?
That's right.
Because you could jeopardize your current relationship,
Correct.
and this guy could be really good for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but a lot of times what happens is you don't realize that you are not over him until you find a new boyfriend.
Okay.
Then you start comparing
Yeah.
your new boyfriend to your old.
Right.
And when I say old, right, it's really relative. So some people it's months.
Yeah.
I've seen clients where old is years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Like-
what I heard, Kaiden? You tell me if you think this might be true.
Yep.
That you need half as much time to get over a relationship as you spent in the
I've heard
relationship.
that.
So if you were in a 10-year relationship, it takes 5 years. If
I
you're
think
in
I
a
said
1-year
that.
relationship, it takes half a year. Hey, was he?
I think I said that. Yeah, I said that.
But that sounds terrible.
of
though.
wisdom.
You take 5 years to get over a 10-year relationship.
No, I don't think it's that long. It's like a rule of thumb kind of thing.
Yeah, rule of thumb.
But it would be years. I mean, if you've been with a guy for 10 years, come on, it's going to take years, not months.
Well, some people never get over losing a long-term relationship.
Yes.
Right? They just never get over
Some
it.
people get over it in the relationship
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
Within
I'm
a
So
day.
they're
so-
already over
Within
the
a
guy.
day, right? Yeah, I'm done. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next week they're with someone else.
yeah.
Yeah. That means it wasn't love in the first place because you don't get over love so fast.
Maybe.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
So different people react differently. So the most important thing is to understand yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to understand what to do to let go of the past and move on.
Right. Okay.
Because it's not coming back.
So how else would you know that you are not ready for a new relationship?
Okay, so the second question to ask yourself is do feelings at your ex play a major role in your relationship with the new guy?
What do
Right.
you mean?
All right. So if your extreme feelings like what I said just now, it's always dependent. So with the new guy, you're always talking about your ex,
Right.
Oh my
Or
God.
you're always
It's still-
reacting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reference point is your ex.
Yeah, it's your
Everything
ex.
is related to your ex.
Correct. So you talk about your ex, you talk about how he never does this, or
Yep.
when
Yeah.
the new guy does something well, you talk about how your ex always do that as well.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So when you always reference to your ex,
Yeah.
it's a very clear sign that you are not ready for a new
and
relationship.
That's
it's
right.
not fair to your
It's-
current boyfriend.
It is.
not,
It is.
it's
It's
not.
terribly
Ah,
unfair.
yeah.
It is. It is.
Anything else?
Yep. So those are the two key things
Okay.
that you need to realize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to come back with more on how to know if you're over your ex and ready for a new relationship with our date coach, Kaiden Tate. Meanwhile, if you have any questions on dating, send in a text 97170-920. It's Maddie, Jason, and Arnold in the morning on Kiss 92. Well, a proper song about heartache, deep feelings.
Yeah.
You're on Kiss 92. We're with our date coach, Kaiden Tate, on how to know if you're over your ex and ready for a new relationship, right? So earlier
Yep.
on, we're talking about when you should not. Start a new relationship.
Correct.
So now, let's get to how to get over our
Yeah,
ex.
but first
Yeah.
though, there's a question here.
Sure.
Someone has sent in a text asking about, we were talking about referencing your ex.
Yep.
And the question here is, how about referencing your ex in a good way? For example, like, wow, my ex never used to do this, and,
Okay.
and I love what you're doing now. Is that a good thing or
Okay,
bad?
so as long as it's under control, as long
Yeah.
as you are the one
Yeah.
who consciously tell this out.
Yeah.
All right. So if it's not under your control, like you cannot control yourself and you have to say it, that's not
And
good.
you keep comparing in your head,
You're
right?
too compulsive
So
about
it's
your
the
ex.
control that is the key thing.
But I honestly think either way, you should just shut up about your ex.
Yeah, like
Out of respect.
honestly.
Out of
Yeah,
respect.
just shut up
usually
about
not a
it.
good thing, right?
Yeah.
You talk about your ex.
You can
right?
just say, I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I
that's
love
right.
how you make me feel when you open the car door for me. That's it.
right.
You don't have to reference it to your ex.
That's
Yes,
right.
correct.
If you really love someone, I
Just
think respect comes
Do
along
it in
with
your own mind.
Yeah.
Just say the nice thing, and then the ex stuff, just keep it in your own
Exactly, exactly.
All right. So now let's move on to how to overcome your feelings about your ex
Okay.
if you realize you're not over him. So one of this might be a bit some people might not be doing it, but I've actually seen girls going for casual relationships after a very long relationship.
Oh, they call that the transitional relationship. It's quite sad for that
person in the middle, yeah.
But guys do it too.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
always
as long as both of you have the understanding, then that's fine.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a rebound partner. It's
Yeah,
called
like a rebound.
Yeah, exactly.
Rebound,
Yeah.
But not serious like,
Yep.
oh, I want to marry this guy. Just
Yeah.
like a very casual flirting,
Yeah.
Yep.
going out kind of relationship.
Hey, by the way, you're my rebound guy, okay?
Yeah.
Just so you know. But you know what? I've heard of cases where the rebound person ends up marrying.
Being the person.
Yeah, being
Oh.
It's
the
true.
one. But it's rare.
Yeah, that's a good happy ending.
Happy
Yeah.
ending. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We like happy ending.
Yes.
yeah.
All right. The second one, which is very obvious, is actually take more time. All right. But this doesn't work for everybody because, like I said, I've seen cases where the girl has taken years, like almost 10 years, if I don't recall wrongly.
Yeah.
You know what I found is delve deep into your feelings. So if you're feeling sad, don't hold back.
Yeah.
Just
Acknowledge
feel
it.
sad,
Yeah.
acknowledge it, right? And be as sad as you want to be, but alone lah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
right.
try to spare everyone your misery.
Yeah.
And then one day you'll just wake up and you'll be tired of feeling that way.
That's right.
And you get over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That means exhaust yourself with whatever that feeling is.
Yeah. Just feel what you're feeling and then get it over with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that vein, there's one technique that I always use with my clients, which is writing therapy. Right. So basically, they just take a paper and they just write down all their feelings. Just feel whatever their feelings. Write it over and over and over again. And then after that, you throw the paper, you burn it away. Sort of like a closure
Yep.
to what's happening.
Release lah.
Yeah,
Release.
release and a closure to what's happening. All right. The last one is just some visualization. So you can look at all this. You can Google it. There are a lot of visualizations out there to help you get over like extreme emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these will all help.
Interesting. We
Yeah.
got some questions here, dude, but I don't know if we got any time.
Well, we'll come back, all right? Right after this, if you have more questions for our date coach, Kaiden Tay will keep him for another 3 minutes or so. It's absolutely free, so make use of it.
Yeah.
97170-920.
It's
Free dating advice from our date coach, Kaiden Tay. This is quite a hot topic. I mean, obviously, it's very difficult, and we always need people to help us get over the
Yeah.
ex.
That's right.
Yep.
And we've got quite a few questions coming in on SMS.
That's right. There's
right.
one here from a fan asking, is it possible for me to fall out of love with someone I'm with?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
It just happens.
It just happens.
We've all been through it.
Yeah.
I think if the person is not right for you, and there's always some people who would bore you. They do not hold your interest, maybe because you're not compatible.
Yeah.
You have different levels, like your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Do not match or gel.
That's right.
That is usually probably the most common
Right.
problem.
And obviously, the right thing to do is to let the person down easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
But you should come forth and say, look,
yeah,
this is
but
not
it's
working
but
out.
it's very
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say I don't love you anymore, but like Arnold says, I don't think this is working out. We're too different. But the best thing to do is break up with this person because you don't want to stay in a relationship and lead this person along for years and take away their chance of maybe meeting somebody
Yeah.
new in the future, right?
Correct.
So just break it off.
But
while
when you
can.
find the right one, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he will hold your interest forever and ever.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
More questions coming in. I think.
Yeah.
I
I got one here. I still dream of my ex. Does that mean I haven't gotten over him?
Okay, that's an interesting one. If you dream about him, I guess, every day,
Yeah.
then I would say yes.
Yeah.
However, if that dream does not connect to real life,
Yeah.
which means you have a boyfriend and you're happy with him,
Yeah.
but occasionally you dream about your ex, I would think that's fine.
Yeah.
It's life.
I still dream about my ex maybe like once every 2 years, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
You know what I
anything.
mean? Maybe
Yeah.
he just represents something like an archetype in your life.
That's
Yeah.
right.
and your dream is
Well,
trying to tell you something about your life.
These people are a part of your life.
Yep.
They're part of your history, and so they're going to keep
And
coming
they may
up.
represent something, so it's
Yeah.
more symbolic.
I think so,
when it comes
too.
to dreams.
I agree.
This one is a tough one. Hey guys, my ex-fiance left with another guy 3 months before our wedding date.
Oh.
It's been 6 years, and I've forgotten her. But how do you get over the damage inflicted?
Okay.
Well, I think and it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
But this one is really tough, is that I think it's more, I don't think he loves her anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's more like the ego and the pride that was
Yeah.
damaged.
Yeah.
And you know what? We women suffer from the same ego and pride as well.
That's right.
Like I remember, I think I dated this guy and then he started dating another girl. And I remember telling myself, I want to be sure that I find a better love
Yeah.
before him and get married before him.
Yeah.
And
Revenge. It's all about revenge.
actually, it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
No.
doesn't have to involve murder.
No, it doesn't have to. Here's the thing, and it's true. There's the saying, living well is the best revenge, and that is
It
absolutely
is,
true.
it is.
What this dude needs to do is find a new girl that he loves even more than that old girl.
Yeah.
He needs to maybe improve his life in terms of his career, whatever, education, all this kind of stuff. Just improve yourself. Get to the point where you can look back on that girl and say, I would have nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
You
I'm
are
better
beneath
off.
me.
Yeah, you have to seriously believe that you're better off without her, and you're
Exactly.
living better than her.
And the way to
Okay.
do that is to do some form of self-improvement.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's human pride, lah.
It's
and,
human pride.
and we all have that, unfortunately.
Mr.
So-
Date Coach, would
Yeah.
you agree with these two approaches?
Partly, but
Yeah.
more importantly, I think it's been 6 years. That's a really long time, man. If you have not forgotten her, it's really time. And it's like, if you have not forgotten her, it's stopping you in your present life
That's
today.
right.
6 years later, it's time to look for professional help.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I do think so.
Oh, okay.
Like if it's if it prevents you from moving forward in life, like
Yeah.
it prevents you from getting better,
Yeah.
it prevents you from finding a girlfriend, it is time to look for professional help.
Okay, there you go. I think that's wise
Okay.
words.
Yeah, yeah. And that was our date coach Kaidan Tay. He'll be back again next week. If there's a topic you'd like him to cover, drop us an email, breakfast@kiss92.sg.